Greetings everyone, welcome to this next EmmCast, and it's an important one particularly for our year 7 to 10 students. You have been away from school by the time you come back on Tuesday for 77 days. That's an incredible amount of time. So we thought for year 7 to 10 students and their parents we'll do a quick EmmCast, and clearly at the moment we're at the wonderful Y9 campus at Burwood to start the EmmCast. We've got Mr. D. Camillo, who's very much looking forward to seeing you back. And we've got Mr. Logistics, Mr. David White, who's been organising most of our return to school. And you can see straight away there are quite a few differences already in the office area. I've got these markers everywhere to remind everybody about 1.5 metre distance. We've got perspex screens, and there's hand sanitiser, of course, which will be all over the campus. There's no shortage of supply. So here at Burwood and here at Vermont South, you'll see this everywhere, and clearly we need to make sure we use this as much as possible.
For Year 9 students, when you come in, we ask you to stand here at this end of the counter to talk to Mrs. Ross or Mrs. Ryan, and then they'll guide you. If you need to see anyone for first aid, they'll then ask you to move further down.
Also, you'll notice the dots on the floor reminding you to remain 1.5 metres apart from each other. So when you are coming to student services, if there are already a couple of students in here, perhaps just wait outside until a couple of students leave, and then you can come in, but always maintain that 1.5 metre distance. As you can see, as Mr. Hurst said, there is hand sanitiser throughout the corridors for you to use throughout the course of the day.
So for all students, both here at Burwood and also at Vermont South, when you're at your lockers, please stay on the side where the lockers are, so that people getting past you, staff and students, can make their way along the corridor very easily. And we ask you to be the minimum time possible at your lockers, get what you need for your class, and then make your way to class.
Here we are in the Year 9 campus staff room here at Burwood. One of the things you'll notice here is that we've spread out all these chairs and tables, etc. So from a teacher's perspective, that will obviously help. From a student perspective, one of the focus areas we've got is keeping a bit of distance between yourselves and the teachers. So most of the health advice is that teachers can keep a bit of social distancing from each other and potentially from students. That will certainly reduce any likelihood of COVID-19 spread.
Okay guys, so here we are here in the green area, and just to go through a typical day for our Year 9 students. Quite simply, when you arrive in the morning, you're able to go to your locker straight away. So you don't need to wait until the bell goes for pastoral to go to your locker, but you are able to go straight away. As Mr. White has already said, try and spend the least amount of time at your locker. Get your books and off you go. Off you come into the sort of play area. The bell goes and you obviously move off to class as quickly as possible. Doors will be open, so there's no need for you to wait in the corridors.
So at the beginning of recess for most days when there is electives or minor body, this may not work, but for most days up here at Burwood, B1 to B4, if it works with your teacher and your class timings work out that way, your teacher will allow you out about 7 or so minutes prior to recess, so that you can go to your lockers and clear the corridors before the other half of Year 9. At lunchtime, B5 to B8, you'll do the same. So you get out slightly earlier at the end of period 4, go to your lockers as quickly as possible, clear the corridors and make your way out.
Just with the canteen, Year 9 students, as I mentioned before, something a little bit different. We won't be able to use the cafe, so we won't be able to use the indoor area, but in terms of accessing the canteen, we'll need to do it from this external window. Okay, there will be the perspex screens up as well, and obviously you'll need to line up in the appropriate manner here. Teachers will obviously be out here supervising you do that. Also, a very, very special announcement for you on Tuesday morning, and that is the name of the new cafe at Burwood. So you remember that there are a number of nominations, and you're asked to vote, and we are ready now to announce that new name on Tuesday morning. So something to really, really look forward to when you get back. So just Year 9 students, one final message before we finish up. This is obviously one of the entrances we have here. Where possible, please use this door to enter the building and exit the building. Obviously, the door at Student Service is also available, but always remember, regardless of which entrance you use, to ensure that you are social distancing as best you can. Just to finish up, just wanted to say that we genuinely have missed your presence on this campus. It's certainly a very, very different place without students. Wish you have a great long weekend, and we look forward to seeing each and every one of you back here on Tuesday morning to resume your studies. Thanks, everyone.
Just like magic. Thanks, Mr. DiCamillo, for those words from our Burwood campus. And here we are with Mr. White, just like magic, back at Vermont South, and we'll go through a few of our Vermont South campus protocols for our year 7, 8 and 10 students.
And what we've had in place pretty much for year 11 and 12s in terms of social distancing, encouraging everyone to look after each other, encourage us to be practical at all times, space ourselves out will be the same when everyone's back on campus. But I know from a teaching point of view and everyone here, we can't wait to see you all on Tuesday.
And as I said, it's 77 days, year 7, 8 students since have been in this upper corridor. Mr. White's just going to go through a few reminders about what we're going to be doing on our return on Tuesday.
So when you're in here on Tuesday, we ask that you go to your lockers as normal, but get your books for both periods. And when you're at your lockers, stay close to your lockers so that there's room on this side of the corridor for people to move up and down. If your teachers, if it works for your classes and works for your teachers, years 7 and 11 will get out a few minutes early before the start of recess, so you can go to your lockers and be out of the corridors before recess starts. And at lunchtime it'll be year 8 and year 10. So you'll be out of class a bit earlier. You'll notice the fact that the desks have been laid out in single file. So you'll see this right across the college. Mr. Hurst has had all students behave here at Emmaus. So we've got all our desks. We ask that we leave them like this. So it's not ideal for group work, etc. in the short term, but for the next 3 weeks, all the rooms are set up like this, and we'd appreciate if we could leave them like that at the end of every class.
Here we are on the top oval, getting everything ready for Tuesday, mowing the grass. It looks beautiful. Now, Mr. White, what's happening at recess and lunchtime?
So at recess and lunch, all areas of the school are open for all the students. So we just again ask that you observe the restrictions that are in place by government and health authorities. No big groups, so if you're going to play footy, do kick the kick in groups of 10. If you're going to play basketball, 10 on each hoop, soccer, etc. So let's just be practical about recess and lunch. Enjoy the great facilities we have here at Emmaus, but let's just be sensible and look after each other.
Now, Mr. White, what is going to happen with Lestrada?
Well, Lestrada is fully operational next Tuesday, from next Tuesday. So entering Lestrada, you'll see the dots on the ground, so please just follow those dots. We can't have anyone crowding in Lestrada, but we also now need to be patient. So there'll be a teacher at the door, there'll be a teacher inside here, and another teacher down at the registers. We just need to, wherever there's a dot, if there's someone on it, please wait.